everyone. Welcome back to episode 8, At the Stove with Audrey Grove. I'm so glad that you're here today. Today we have a special guest and I'll bring her out in a minute. I just wanted to let you know what we're making today. We're going to be making brunch, which is actually one of my favorite meals of the day. So today we're going to be making a quiche, but it's a little bit of a different quiche. The crust on this quiche is made from shredded potatoes. So if you are gluten-free, this is a great idea for you to be able to eat quiche. All right, I'd like to invite my special guest into the kitchen. This is my daughter, Kimmy.
Hi.
So Kimmy just came over to help as my sous chef, and she's a really good cook herself. So
You'll see.
all right, so let's get cooking. Here we go. So I did some prep before we even started. It's so exhausting being me. Here's the first thing I did is I diced up onions, zucchini, and tomato, and then sauteed them until they were nice and soft. So here we have our baked shredded potatoes. And I didn't shred these myself. I bought the shredded potatoes that are unseasoned. You can buy the seasoned ones, you can shred them yourself, whatever you like. And I cooked them for 30 minutes so that they have a little bit of crisp on them. So Kimmy, can you break some eggs for us?
Sure, I'd be happy to.
Okay, so every good chef knows, Kimmy, what's this?
This is the garbage bowl.
That's right. So
That's one of Rachel Ray's finest. She loves to have a bowl on the counter that she throws all the garbage in.
yes, she does. All right, so
I'm actually going to crack them in another bowl so I don't get eggs in this bowl when we're going to
Smart.
prepare
There you
the
go.
quiche with.
smart.
Thank you. How many eggs?
I'm gonna say let's do 4 eggs and then 2 egg whites. So this is a really kind of easy breezy recipe for a quiche. You can do it a few different ways. 4 and then 2 egg whites. So we're using 4 eggs and 2 egg whites. You could just use 6 eggs. You can use all egg whites. You can use egg beaters.
Do we have egg whites? Or we're gonna
No, we're gonna make them. We're making our own egg whites. So it's up to you however you wanna make it. It could be as healthy as you want it or as decadent as you want it.
The less eggs you have, the more egg beaters, the lower in cholesterol. So if you're trying to watch your cholesterol, definitely a good idea to use egg whites or egg beaters or to do a combo like we're doing here.
Perfect. So while Kimmy's doing that, I'm just measuring out a cup of milk. You want to whisk those babies up?
Yep.
We always get so excited when Kimmy comes for a visit. Just throw that over there.
Whisking the eggs. Very easy. Just combine it because you want to combine the egg whites and the eggs, the yolk. All right, we're good.
All right, so I'm going to add some things as you continue to whisk. How's
All
that?
right, sounds
So
good.
I have a cup of milk, and I'm going to start out with just half a cup, and we'll see how that goes. Actually, a little bit more, because that's a half. And then while Kimmy's mixing, sorry, Kimmy, let's switch. While Kimmy's mixing, I'm gonna just add in some seasonings. And the first thing I'm gonna do is Dijon mustard. And I do about a teaspoon of Dijon mustard. This really gives it a really nice flavor. And then I'm gonna start adding in some spices. So I have some garlic powder.
About a half a teaspoon.
Yeah. A little, oh, this is a brand new paprika. How do you say paprika?
Paprika.
Paprika.
She's from New York. She says it differently.
Okay, there we go, a little paprika. I'm gonna do a little bit of fresh ground pepper.
Oh, okay. Fancy. We're grinding it
We're
ourselves.
grinding it ourselves.
Okay.
I like a little bit of Mrs. Dash. It's a combination of things, but there's no salt. So for our house, we cook almost exclusively without salt. And then I'm gonna put in my favorite ingredient, which is a little bit of dill. Kimmy doesn't love it, but it really does bring the flavor of the eggs out.
I didn't even know there was dill in it.
See, and you loved it.
It's my favorite.
And a tiny bit more garlic, because we like flavor. Okay. So, I'm gonna bring our, Kimmy, would you add a little more milk to that?
Sure.
Thank you. I'm gonna bring our quiche crust over. Still hot from being in the oven. So while you're making all this, preheat your oven to 350 degrees. When I did the potato bottom, the crust, I cooked it at 425 for 30 minutes.
Personally, I enjoy having the potato crust rather than a pie crust. It tastes better. It tastes like you're having hash browns on the bottom. And it's actually a little bit healthier. There's not any added ingredients like butter and all of that. It's just the potato crust.
Nice. It's true. I agree. So I'm going to take some sharp cheddar cheese, and here you have the option to use any kind of cheese you like. Our family loves sharp cheddar. You can use shredded cheese, which I probably would use if I had it, but I don't. So we're going with the deli sliced cheese. You can use Munster cheese, mozzarella cheese. Oh my God, I can go on and on and on. Goat cheese, that's really good too. Okay, so let's see if I can pick this up. Oh, I can. So that's how it looks with the cheese on the bottom layer.
So you just want to coat the bottom layer with cheese.
Right, and then do you want to do the veggies? And just equally distribute them in the quiche. And you could use, again, another variation is any kind of veggie you want. And a lot of times I just use whatever I have in the fridge, which is what I did this time. Sometimes I have put in roasted asparagus. What else have I used in here?
Spinach.
Spinach, thank you.
It just depends what you're in the mood for.
Right. And I asked Kimmy if she wanted spinach in this quiche, and she said, nah.
Wasn't in the mood. Can you give me a spatula so I can get off the onions?
Sure, thank you. My favorite piece of equipment.
Yes, from the Pamper Chef.
Yes. Not that we're plugging anything, but that is the best. It's like a spoon and a spatula. A spootula.
I think you made that one up.
I did. Oh.
She's trying out her new comedy show. I don't know.
All right, so we're gonna get every nice little bit.
All right.
Equally distributed.
So now it looks like this.
That looks good.
I know, it smells amazing. The caramelized onions and tomatoes and zucchini.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Make
So
it
then,
ready.
you know what? Let's do one quick whisk up of this. And then we're gonna pour the egg mixture on top. So it's 6 eggs in any form that you wanna do. Egg whites, egg beaters, full on egg. Okay, and Kimmy, will you just do a little paprika on top?
I would love to do the paprika on top. Tell us, fans. Paprika, what do you guys suggest calling it?
Paprika. Any New
Yeah, you said
Yorkers
it right.
out there? Oh, I did?
You just said it right.
Paprika. Perfect, thank you. That looks so good. You want to show our cameraman?
I will. Thanks, cameraman, aka Dad.
So, 350 for 30 minutes. Timer is set. We'll be back when our quiche is cooked and we'll put together our fruit salad. All right, we're back. So our quiche is going to be ready in 5 minutes. I let it go a little bit longer than 30 minutes because it still looked a little bit jiggly to me. So we'll see what it looks like in 5 minutes. We're gonna make a fruit salad, but first we're gonna make a different kind of sauce for our fruit salad since this is brunch and I always equate brunch with something a little bit fancy. So we are going to start by taking 2 cups of milk, pouring it into our pan. Quarter cup of sugar. Here's my cute little measuring cup. And if you're looking for Kimmy, by the way, She's on a business call, but she'll be back joining us at the end. And then I'm going to do 2 tablespoons of cornstarch. And I'm sure for all those bakers out there, you know, or cooks, that cornstarch helps thicken it up. So it makes the sauce thick. Okay, and then I'm gonna just whisk this together over medium heat. So let's put some heat on here. And I'm just gonna start whisking. So we won't have any lumps. And this is just like a creamy, rich sauce. So far it has the milk, the cornstarch, and sugar. After this cooks for about 8 to 10 minutes, it's gonna thicken. It's not gonna thicken as much as pudding consistency, but it's gonna be considerably thicker. And then we're going to turn the heat off. We're gonna add vanilla and lemon zest, and then we're gonna let it come to room temperature. Okay, so I'm gonna let that cook for a little bit. Let me check and make it a little bit higher. And I wish you could smell how good my kitchen smells right now from this quiche. All the spices that we put in it, it smells so nice. I think it's mostly the garlic that makes it smell so good. So I'm just gonna take a quick look. So let's take it out for a minute. And before I show it to you, I just want to use my tester to see it's ready. So let me show it to you. Let me pull out my trivet. This, you know, before I even pull it out, it's kind of funny story behind this trivet. I was unpacking. We moved into this new house 3 years ago, and I was unpacking things and kind of let some boxes sit in the basement. So not too long ago, I unpacked another box and I found this trivet. My brother, my oldest brother, David, made this in camp. So I took a picture of it and sent it to him, and he goes, "Hey, that's a nice trivet. Did someone make that?" He didn't even remember. Anyway, here is our beautiful quiche. It smells so good. So I'm gonna just move that over a little bit so I don't get burned. I'm gonna let that cool a little bit since it's probably too hot to eat. I'm gonna continue whisking a little bit. When I serve brunch, usually on Sundays, we do a nice late breakfast, which is brunch. I love to squeeze fresh orange juice. Sometimes we'll make mimosas. The other thing I thought about for our quiche, which would be really cool, is taking strips of bacon and doing lattice work over the top and then cooking it. I have put chopped up turkey bacon in the quiche when I've made it before. I've tried so many different combinations. Any vegetables or any breakfast meats would be great in this. Okay, so that was my oven timer. I'm turning off my oven. The day we're filming this, it's like 90 degrees outside, so it is hot. So I'm happy to turn that off. So what we're gonna do now is I'm gonna let this cook and thicken up a little, and then I'm gonna bring it down to room temperature. We'll be back. We'll put our whole brunch together. I'll see you soon. So we're back to put our fancy brunch all together. So Kimmy, do you want to start by making a fruit salad?
Sure.
So the chopping up fairy was already here, and she chopped up some strawberries. We've got blackberries and blueberries, pineapple, and cantaloupe. So make a nice one for 2. While we were on break, I finished cooking our drizzle that we're gonna drizzle over the fruit. And I then put it in the fridge so it wasn't too warm. I'm gonna cut a nice piece
Ah, for me.
for Kimmy.
Oh, that's a big piece.
You can handle it. Let's show everybody how that looks.
Mmm. Looks delicious. All right.
All right, so I'm just gonna toss this up, and I have a fancy glass.
Oh, we're getting fancy here.
Yep. You can do any kind of fruit you want. Some people like to put kiwi in with this dressing too. Okay, so then I'm gonna take the dressing.
You want a ladle?
Thank you.
Or you can take a little one of these?
Yeah, that's good. Just gonna give it a little mix because it thickens up from that cornstarch. And then I'm gonna take the fruit and I'm just gonna drizzle some in there. So it looks like that, if you wanna show the camera.
So like a little yogurty icing, it's gonna kind of look like.
Yeah.
And taste like.
All right, so Kimmy's gonna show you how she likes her quiche.
I love Cholula hot sauce. Adds a good flavor, a little kick to it. So what I like to do is I like to just drizzle some on top. Perfect. And who doesn't love ketchup? So I like a little ketchup on the side. Perfect.
All right,
All right,
final taste.
let's see. A little ketchup. Mmm. So good. This is my favorite. I could probably eat the whole thing in one day, but I won't. Such a good option. Breakfast, lunch, or dinner. It's great.
And then you get your spoon for the fruit. We'll use like an iced teaspoon, make it even fancier.
Have some water. You could also add, if you want to add more protein, you can also add turkey bacon or bacon, but turkey bacon probably is the healthier option if you're trying to cook healthily.
Hopefully? I don't know.
All right. Let's try.
So the sauce isn't going to be as cool as it.
Mmm.
Good?
Also really good. It's nice. I taste a lemon zest. Is there lemon zest?
Yeah, there is.
There is lemon zest. I have pretty expansive palate. Really good. Very refreshing. There's a good texture to the fruit.
Stop. All right, so Kimmy lost it. But I think this is a really nice way, go like this, to have a little bit of a fancier late breakfast or brunch.
Or dinner.
Or dinner. I saw something on TV yesterday, and it was all about how America... Stop.
We can make bloopers.
I saw how America was saying everyone in America is eating so much fast food during this pandemic, and they're saying that we should turn back to home cooking and eating slow food. So here's a little bit of slow food for you. Nice home cooking.
Thank you all for joining us at the Stove with Creamy Grove. It's been wonderful having you all here.
You see, you walk away for 1 second and somebody steals your show. Well, thank you for joining us today. I hope that you are all doing well, and we will see you again soon. Be well, be safe, and get cooking. Ready?
Here.
Thank you all. Stop! You can't laugh.
Okay.
Redo.